You want this to be easy? We know that there was contact with our V,
And every contact leaves a trace. What is it?
broken heel. Maybe Juan can ID it as hers.
Okay. All right, so drag marks start here.
And they fall off the curb here. CSU might be able to pull prints off one of these bumpers.
I initially thought, why does Lucid care if the $7,500 tax credit is canceled? Because your vehicles at over 80,000 are starting just there, I think, for the Gravity, aren't really eligible for it anyway.
Yeah, they're ineligible through their price point, but there is a route through leasing where a customer would be technically eligible. But there's also a household income threshold, which rules out many of our customers.
So you're not getting a goose from that. You haven't historically, and you won't in the coming year. You just had third quarter sales out that were better than expected. I think it was 200 million, a smaller loss than expected, and you've been taking orders for your new SUV, the Gravity, for I think just over a week now. You've said you plan on selling 9,000 vehicles, if I'm not mistaken, this year. Manufacturing. So what do you expect for next year? Can you give us a little color after your first week of orders for the Gravity about what you expect in the future?
Well, you're quite right, Matt. We've come off the third successive record quarter of deliveries, a record Q1, a record Q2, record Q3. We're assiduously working on our cost structure, and we're showing great results in that respect. Gravity is about to start production imminently. I'm fresh from the factory this week, back to Arizona imminently, and we're going to start production of what I believe is the best SUV on the planet very, very soon, made with a huge dose of pride from Arizona. And we haven't guided for next year's production numbers yet, but what we're seeing is growth in the deliveries of Air and the product that everyone's waiting for, the Gravity, coming. So I think there's a lot of good news to expect in 25.
So we'll keep an eye out for that. I actually want to go back to what a Trump administration would mean for you in 2025 and beyond, because outside of the tax credits when it comes to leases, et cetera, it's clear that Donald Trump isn't really a fan of the EV industry. I know that he is best friends right now with Elon Musk, but that doesn't change his feelings about the EV industry. What do you think that a Trump administration could mean for Lucid, and are you taking any action to plan for that?
Well, I think he's a fan, like so many, of American innovation. And what better example of American ingenuity and innovation than Lucid Motors, the most advanced tech in the world. And I think America is truly blessed with the technology and the technology advantage it has in the EV space right now. And I think that we need to think of the jobs that are created as a consequence of this, great high-tech jobs in Middle America. And you know, any incentive is truly an investment in the future American economy and jobs creation. So I think we should be cognizant of that. But I also would like to state this, that because Lucid's got the most advanced EV technology on the planet, we're able to go further with less batteries. So if there was a situation where incentives were removed which incentivize the amount of batteries you put in the car, Lucid, amongst all the EV makers, is really the most immune from that.
What do you make of the relationship between the president-elect and Elon Musk? Do you ever worry that perhaps Tesla could get more favorable treatment?
I am eternally optimistic that Lucid will prevail because we are a tech company and we've really taken the mantle of technology leadership from Tesla right now. And this is not really sufficiently recognized. So I think we're in a very strong position to weather any such storm.
I'd say that, so I haven't driven a Lucid vehicle, and I don't have an emotional connection to the brand, but critics overwhelmingly name it as the best electric vehicle that a consumer can buy in terms of the technology and the driving experience. Nonetheless, you need a lot more cash, right? You've got, I think one estimate is that you need about $6 billion more cash before you can get to a break-even rate. Mm-hmm. The Saudis have already invested, I think, $8.5 billion, including the October equity raise. Mm-hmm. How are you going to get that? Where are you going to reach? Back to Saudi Arabia? You raise more equity from current investors? Do you bring in new investors? Because Rivian has done a great job of creating a partnership with Volkswagen that I must look pretty appetizing to you.
Yes, well, it's a capital-intensive business, as we're all aware. And we've always stated that we will entrepreneurially raise extra cash at appropriate times during the growth of the company. And the last raise, October's raise, is a great example of that, Matt. We raised nearly $1.75 billion, which really helps secure the future of the company. That gives us a financial runway well into 2026. And it's proven that with raising over $4 billion this financial year, this 2024, we've been able to do that when others have found it very challenging. And throughout that, the Saudis have stood shoulder to shoulder with us. And I think it's salient that they have gone pro rata with their ownership in the recent funding round. They've made a commitment to retain their percentage shareholding. So it's all about scale. And the scale comes in 4 steps. Brand awareness driving more Lucid Air deliveries, and we've seen successive quarter-upon-quarter record deliveries. Gravity accelerating that with a far greater total addressable market. This is the product that all America wants, the best SUV on the planet. Right. That's coming imminently. We're working on mid-size platform. That's our Tesla competitor. That's scheduled for start of production late 26. That's our $48,000 to $50,000 product. That's the big one for us. And many of my engineering team are already working full chat on that right now.
Well, Peter, let's quickly talk about shares. We have less than a minute left with you, unfortunately, but they're hovering near a record low. You talk about this opportunity set that you have in front of you. What don't you think that the market is hearing?
I think this is a long-term play. I don't think they're seeing the true value proposition. This is a technology play. It's been recognized, and it's about scale now and assiduous attention to costs. And that's what my team is focused upon.
안녕하세요, 루장입니다. 방금 전 보신 영상에서 피터 롤린슨의 블룸버그 인터뷰를 보셨는데요. 확실히 무언가를 이야기해줘야 하는 자리에서 저희들이 듣고 싶어하는 내용은 없었습니다. 이렇게 기회가 왔는데도 불구하고 무엇을 위해 왜 이렇게 말을 아끼는 것일까요? 여러 가지 상황이 있었지만 안 봤으면 했던 주가는 일부를 보고야 말았습니다. 이러한 상황이 주주분들을 기운 빠지게 만들면서 루시드 브랜드를 좋아하셨던 분들마저도 안 좋은 시선으로 바라볼 수밖에 없는 시점이지만 힘든 시기를 버텨낸다면 루시드 브랜드라는 이미지를 더 강력히 좋아하게 될 날도 다시 찾아올 것입니다. 생산이 임박했다 인터뷰에서 이런 내용 말고요. 대략적으로 딜리버리가 언제쯤 될 것이다 라는 내용과 현재까지 그래비티에 대한 예약 판매가 대략적으로 얼마나 이루어졌고 스튜디오의 그래비티가 전시가 되면서 많은 분들이 스튜디오로 와서 직접 경험해 보라는 내용 등이 있었다면 얼마나 좋았을까라는 생각을 하게 만들고 있죠. $80,000짜리 트림은 약 1년 후인 2025년 말에 출시된다고 하는데요. 이 부분은 루시드 측에서 여러 상황 등을 고려해서 결정한 거라 봅니다. 다른 제조사들도요, 저가형보다는 상위 트림을 먼저 선보였던 적이 많았으니까요. 이전 내용에서 지속적으로 언급드렸던 내용을 피터 롤린슨 CEO가 이야기를 하고 있는데요. 진짜로 가장 면역력 있는 EV 제조업체가 될 것이라고 언급하면서 자동차에 넣는 배터리 양을 인센티브가 제거되는 상황이 발생한다면 모든 EV 제조업체 중에서 루시드가 가장 면역력 있습니다 라고 말한 만큼 기술력이 있다면 어떻게든 힘든 시기는 버티고 일어설 것이라는 것을 다시 한번 내비쳤습니다. 지금 루시드의 주가는 1.93달러로 최저치를 기록했지만 이것이 반드시 끝을 의미하는 것은 아닙니다. 오히려 이 시점은 새로운 기회를 준비하는 시간일 수도 있겠고요. 우리가 잊지 말아야 할 것은 루시드는 단순히 전기차 회사가 아니라 미래의 이동 수단과 지속 가능한 에너지를 꿈꾸는 혁신적인 기업이라는 점입니다. 지금은 시장의 도전과 변화를 겪는 순간일 뿐 그 과정에서 더 강해질 가능성이 있습니다. 테슬라도 과거에는 비슷한 어려움을 겪었지만 결국 전 세계를 놀라게 했던 것처럼요. 루시드 역시 자신만의 방식으로 미래를 만들어갈 것이라고 믿고 있습니다. 그래서 지금은 숫자에만 매몰되지 말고 이 기업이 가진 잠재력과 방향성을 더 깊게 바라봐야 하지 않을까요? 루시드의 미래는 아직 쓰여지지 않았습니다. 힘내시기 바라겠고요. 다음 영상에서 찾아뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.